Am I the a-hole for having my kids help me look for my wife when she decided to walk home at night? My wife, 45F, and I, 47M, were on a date night last night which was going well until our marriage-old, 18 years, argument started up. Probably not relevant, but the argument is, buy a bigger house or learn to be happy in the home we have. This argument began as we were driving home at 9 p.m. Our kids were at home, 13 and 10, and are just old enough to be left home alone for a few hours. We were 3 miles from home on a dark, divided 4-lane parkway when my wife pulled off to a side street and said she was walking home. She got out and started walking in the direction of our house. I told her to take her phone with her, but she didn't respond. Her phone was in her purse, so I took her purse and put it on the sidewalk where we pulled over and yelled that her purse was on the corner with her phone. I got in the car and yelled through my passenger window that she should go back and get her purse with her phone. She didn't respond. I wasn't trying to play a game, so I decided to get the purse and leave her alone. In order to get back to the purse, I had to drive a half-mile to make a U-turn. In the dark I couldn't see her. By the time I got back to the purse it was gone. My phone was dead and we had no charger in the car. I looked for her on the sidewalk walking home, but I couldn't see her. I drove home, said hello to the kids and grabbed a battery for my phone. When my phone was powered up, I checked for her location, but found that sharing was turned off. I didn't realize that she had done this a couple of weeks prior to this. I called, but the phone went right to voicemail. I drove back and drove the whole route home that she should have been walking, but couldn't see her. Now, the area she was walking was relatively safe in terms of crime, but she was walking by a roadside memorial to a mom and child that had been killed by a distracted driver. I'm not panicking, but there is an element of risk. I got back home and asked the kids to help me look for her, which understandably alarmed them. I said she just wanted to walk home, and I wanted to make sure she had her phone. My son was in the front seat with a high-powered flashlight shining on the side of the road. He eventually saw her. The sidewalk was about 30 feet from the road. I called out, "Do you have your purse?" Her, "Yes." Me, "Do you want to ride?" Her, "No." So I left her alone to walk. The kids were concerned because she was still about 1.5 miles from home, so we made one more pass, so they counted she was okay. We got home and I got them ready for bed. Enough time had passed and she hadn't gotten home, so I went back out to the car with the kids to sleep in bed to go look for her. As I start the car, I see that she's in the passenger seat fully reclined, lying down, and I say, "Me," because it scared me. I went to bed, and we said nothing more about it or anything and went to bed. Then this morning we went out as a family to see a movie, and my son said to her that he was worried about her last night when we were looking for her. She gave me an angry look and said, "You brought them with you?" Real nice parenting involving the kids. So now she's mad that I left her purse and involved the kids. Am I the a-hole? Update/edit. When I say our argument was marriage long, I mean the argument between I'll be happy when if and we should be enjoying our life as it is. There is a tension there that makes us well suited for each other in the best of times. At her best, she's chasing ambitions and pushing boundaries, but there are times where it's like trying to run from depression. I spent my life doing that and I almost died from it. When she and I were first dating, I wrestled with depression which I manically tried to outrun. My approach to gratitude is not my natural disposition, it's how I survived my depression. I would never tell someone to just be happy. My wife would tell me 90% of the time that she loves our life and our 1,600 square foot house, but when she gets into the darker place, I can't make her happy. It's an argument that comes along about once a month. It was easier to try to make her happy or distract her before the kids were grown, but now I'm trading on their happiness too. The answer, as I can see from the helpful comments below, is couple therapy, at the very least. I regret involving my kids at all, and I'm determined that this will be the last time that this argument disrupts their world.